So are you also still reading each email manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to analyze an attachment saved to Google Drive and sent on Telegram using an AI agent. So over here I'm running a digital marketing agency and we regularly receive client project briefs on mail. But this is such a time consuming and a tedious task to read each of them manually. So to solve this problem I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as we receive a new mail with the attachment which is the project brief of my client, then automatically that file will be added right over here in my Google Drive, and then further my AI agent is going to generate the summary of that mail, and then we're just going to send that summary and the file to my team on Telegram. So to do this we are simply going to create a connection between email parser, Google Drive, OpenAI and Telegram, and to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to build an AI powered workflow that analyzes incoming emails and their attachments and save relevant documents into my Google Drive. Not only this, sends a summary of the same to my Telegram group. This is ideal for managing project updates, client briefs or invoices. So as soon as an email arrives, the AI agent reviews the content, attachment and stores the file in my Google Drive and then deliver a quick insight or action item directly to my Telegram group, keeping my team in loop instantly. So let's build this intelligent email management system together. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and once I'm just going to click on this access now, it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account, and to get started I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created, in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created mine, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as analyze email and attachment saved to Google Drive and sent on Telegram using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application. So to select my trigger application, I'm simply going to search for email parser right over here. We're just going to use email parser in order to parse the emails. Now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select new email received, and now it is giving me an email parser address. So using this address only, I'm just going to select the new email received, and what is going to happen is that then whenever I'm just going to receive a new email, automatically the details will be captured right over here. So to do this, I'm simply going to copy this email parser address, then I'm just going to put my Gmail account. I'm just going to go towards this settings and then see see all settings. And now over here we have to go towards this forwarding and POP/IMAP. And over here we have to add a forwarding address. So I'm simply going to paste the address which we copied from my workflow. Click on this next right over here. And once I'm just going to click on this next, Pabbly is going to ask me for the authentication, or you can say verification. So I'm simply going to complete this verification using my phone. So yes, you can see that I have successfully completed this verification. And after completing this verification, it is saying forwarding mail to this. So I'm just going to click on this proceed button, and it is saying a confirmation link has been sent to this to verify for the permission. Alright, so I'm just going to click on this OK. I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here going to see that we have received the response where we have received the confirmation link in this body text. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to expand it right from here, and as you can see that this is the confirmation link. So I'm simply going to copy this link, and then I'm just going to open it in a new tab. And once I'm just going to open it in a new tab, over here going to see that it is saying please confirm forwarding mail of this to this. So I'm just going to click on this confirm button right over here, and now it is saying confirmation success. So now I'm just going to open my workflow over here, and I'm just going to click on this recapture webhook response because I want to capture the response of the new client brief received, right? So I'm just going to click on this recapture webhook response, and then yes. Now I'm just going to open this settings, and over here I'm just going to refresh it, and you're going to see that automatically that it has been added, which is this email address will be added right over here. So I'm just going to refresh it first, and now I'm just going to select this forward a copy of incoming mail to this email address and keep mails copy in the inbox. Alright, and I'm just going to click on this save changes, and yes, you can see that now we are forwarding all the mails to this email address. Alright, so now let's do the test submission. For that, I'm just going to open my another email account, and I'm just going to do the test submission. I'm just going to click on this compose right over here, and let's say I'm just going to select the recipient right over here. So this recipient, it's the same email address which we connected right now with our workflow. Alright, now I'm just going to move on forward. I'm just going to enter the subject right over here, and after entering the subject, I'm just going to enter the body text. And after entering this body text, I'm just going to add the attachment right over here. So I'm just going to go towards this attach file, and I'm just going to attach this attachment and click on this open. And as you can see that we have successfully attached this, and I'm just going to click on this send. And yes, it is saying message sent. So I'm just going to go towards this view message, and as you can see that we have successfully sent this message. So I'm just going to open my Gmail, and over here going to see that I'm just going to refresh it, and over here going to see that we are going to receive a new mail. So I'm just going to refresh it right from here to check that if we have received the new mail or not. And as you can see that we have successfully received this new mail right over here. So yes, now I'm just going to open my workflow, and we're just going to wait for a few seconds till Pabbly is going to capture the response for this new mail received. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and as you can see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response for the new mail received. Over here you're going to see the body text, you can see the HTML, the attachment link, and each detail which we had in our mail. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now we are just going to receive a new mail over here in this Gmail address which we connected right now with our workflow. Automatically that email details will be captured, and this workflow is going to get triggered. But what I want is I want to do this only for my specific use case, which is only for client briefs, not for each mail. And I receive numerous amount of mails every day on my Gmail account. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add a filter condition right over here. So I'm just going to select filter, which is a feature by Pabbly. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select filter values and click on this connect. Now for the label, first I want that if the mail should have the attachment. So I'm just going to select attachment, and now for the filter type, I'm just going to select exist. So what I want is that if the attachment exists, then only this workflow should move on further. Now I'm just going to add a and condition right over here that in the subject we want some specific words. So I'm just going to select the subject as the label. For the filter type, I'm just going to select it as contains, and now for the value, let's say I want it to be project. So if the mail has attachment, and then if the subject contains project, then only this workflow is going to move on further. And now I'm just going to add a or condition to right over here. And now once again I'm just going to select attachment first right over here, that this is really important that the mail should contain the attachment. Now I'm just going to add a and condition. Once again I'm just going to select subject right over here, and now for the filter type I'm just going to select it as contains, but for the value this time I'm just going to enter brief. So if the subject contains project or brief, and if the mail has the attachment, then only this workflow is going to move on further. All right, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send as request, and it is saying success, condition is true. So yes, this is a or condition right over here, that either the subject should have the word project or the brief, but it is really important that the subject, or you can say the mail, should contain attachment. All right, so yes, with this we have successfully added the filter condition right over here in our workflow. And now I'm just going to add the attachment right over here in my Google Drive. For that, I'm just going to add another action step, and now for the action application, I'm simply going to select Google Drive, and I'm just going to attach the attachment right over here in my Google Drive. For that, I'm just going to select the action event as upload file. So I'm just going to look for upload a file and select it and click on this connect. Now it is saying add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Drive account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection. You have to go towards this sign in with Google. And once you go towards this sign in with Google, Pabbly is going to ask you to select your Gmail account, with the help of which you're just going to connect your Google Drive. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account right over here, and now Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Drive account, and now it is asking me for the public file URL to be uploaded. Alright, so I'm simply going to add the attachment right over here, but we are not going to copy paste the link, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected email parser as a trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of a trigger application only, and as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to map the attachment which we have received right over here, and now it is asking me for the folder ID. So I'm just going to open the drive, or you can see the folder in which I'm just going to add this attachment, and I'm just going to copy this whole URL and paste it right over here. And as you can see that in the help text, it has clearly mentioned that the folder ID is after this folder's slash. So this is my folder ID. So I'm just going to simply keep the folder ID and delete the rest. Now I'm just going to enter the file name. So I want the file name to be the subject only, because in the subject I've clearly mentioned to my clients that add your company name. So I'm simply going to keep it as subject only and click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see result status success. This means that we have successfully added this attachment in our Google Drive. So I'm just going to open my Google Drive, and I'm just going to refresh it right from here to check for the attachment added. And as you can see, the new project brief has been added right over here. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on further. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add another action step, which is my AI agent, because I'm just going to generate the summary of this mail and the attachment link. So I'm just going to look for OpenAI, which is my AI agent. So I'm just going to search for it and select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it is saying add a new connection and select existing connection once again. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, I'm simply going to open my OpenAI API key page, and over here we are going to get the token. Alright, so I'm just going to simply open this, and as you can see that we are simply going to go towards this create new secret key button. We have to enter the key name and the project and click on this create secret key button, and the secret key will be created. I've already created my key, so I'm simply going to paste it and click on this save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account, and now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4. You can select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt. So I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. So as you can see that I've successfully entered the prompt, and I'm just going to map the attachment link right over here. And then I'm just going to map the body to right over here. So I'm just going to look for body text, and I'm just going to map it. And after mapping both of this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see the summary has been generated, and I'm just going to send this summary on Telegram. So to do this, I'm just going to add another action step, and now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Telegram bot. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select send a text message and click on this connect. So if you haven't connected your Telegram bot account, you have to follow me. click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, first we have to open our Telegram account, and now from here we have to search for bot father. So as you can see that this is bot father, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says start, and now it is saying I can help you to create and manage Telegram bots. So yes, I'm just going to create a new bot. So for that, I'm just going to go towards this /new bot, and now you can see it is saying all right, a new bot, how are we going to call it? So let's say I'm just going to call it project alerts. So I'm just going to enter project alerts right over here, and I'm just going to send them this message, and it is saying good. Now let's choose a username for your bot. So let's say I'm just going to keep my bot username as project alerts underscore bot. So I'm just going to enter project alerts underscore bot. So it is really important that the username should have underscore bot in the end. All right. So I'm simply going to send this username, and it is saying sorry, this username is already taken. All right, no worries. I'm just going to give another username. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to simply copy it right from here, and let's say that this time I'm just going to add project alerts underscore pc underscore bot, and I'm just going to send them this. And yes, you can see that my bot has been created, and this is the token. So I'm simply going to copy this token, and then I'm just going to paste it right over here and click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our Telegram bot account, and now it is asking me for the chat ID. But before entering this chat ID, I'm just going to open my Telegram account, and this is the bot which we created right now, right? So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add this bot in my group in which I want to send the messages. So I'm just going to go towards this add members, and I'm just going to add this bot right over here which we created. So I'm simply going to add this bot, and as you can see, the bot has been added right over here. And after adding this bot, I'm just going to give this bot the admin access. So it is really important that you give the bot the admin access, otherwise they will not be able to send messages in your group. All right, so over here we have to give the admin access using the Telegram mobile application. So I'm simply going to use Telegram mobile application to give bot the admin access, and now I've successfully given the bot the admin access. So I'm just going to refresh it right from here and check the bot has received the admin access, and as you can see, yes, the bot has received the same. So yes, now for the chat ID, I'm just going to simply copy this chat ID right from here, which is after this a and hashtag. So I'm simply going to copy and paste it right over here, and now I'm just going to move on further. Now I'm just going to enter the text message. So for the message, I'm just going to keep it as And now after entering this message, I'm just going to map the summary which my AI agent generated, and then I'm just going to map this document link from the response of my Google Drive. Alright, and after mapping both of this, I'm just going to move on further. It is asking me for many another details. So all of these details are not the required details. I'm just going to leave it as blank and click on this save and send test request. And we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent this message on our Telegram. So I'm just going to open my Telegram, and as you can see that we have successfully sent a message which says new project brief received. Over here is the summary, and also you can see over here is the document link. So if my team wants to view the document, they can simply go towards this document link and the document will be downloaded right over here. And as you can see that this is the same document. So yes, you can see that with this we have successfully completed this workflow, and now what is going to happen is that whenever we are going to receive a new mail which has an attachment or the subject contains the word project or brief, then this workflow is going to get triggered, and further the details, or you can say the attachment, will be uploaded right over here in my Google Drive. And then further AI agent is going to generate the summary for the same and notify my team on Telegram. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.